89.9 ani Menbe Kering TV wale nyin sambalena atol mini alon ko alka safaro le ke fir fegol le balbuda alafta kabin kankula ning alnata home digital fm jamu kankular bundal te dami alon ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalon e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atul mini alon ko project ko bale bulu gabia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne modulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami alon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami alon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itrasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ise ku jama lonje ntelu dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yurwande kanda malu ke kilomoti wala munna lo kankuoti wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commandi plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220-734-3125. Hanside ning atulbe diaspora alsenna WhatsApp command nole plus 447771676-759. Wala Menbe Kering nka wole nyama andum fanan nkake wole nyama. Badi ngolo kanyende fo watol belade nko julol siatale bare kaminul fankumandi julola walla mo julolti nyine ya sabu Jula Finance Limited idin kukuto le nata kalafaro ke la service ola nyin kamala ke la kiliano lu dahandi wala faro wala mnyindi ko Afro Express Services be dawoda kabirin katon fokoina ni je dawoda ni atare kodo kiyana nin Jula Finance lela isa dunno jere yela kodo ta bare hansa ndorong ning wotalla ma fangola Guarantee Trust Bank be dawoda alsalla kodo tano jele Reliance Financial Services ani Easy Finance Limited mini yalon ko bale banko kan bare fanan tolu Jula Finance na kunda bale banko karo bele wala badi ngola a daha natale wala sign nali aje drong Afro Express kabirin Westfield kata fokoina ali aje dawoda aldung ali alla Jula Finance kodota Jula Finance e kofana na lafta bank account odi yalla atral be bitimi rewde ali feroke anni e kacha andum fana alida apple jinde ali e download nyinka mala ese kodo kino wati diate ila moye Gambia jang bare manna da wala fana ni lafta credit kola nyin network on Menbe Gambia wala ni lafta cash power kila moye Gambia nka nyimbe kalele wala Jula Finance ntolo fana mu nyonta wonleti tonya banko julolu siatale bare julolu nyaton kolo wala mun tolti Jula Finance Limited.
Assalamu alaikum badi lamay lalu anin badin jibe lalu ngalu konton al tolnal konton na analu jamunda senu anin albe wato mento an albe dawda kal bismillah kachado nin tembo sita nim futara en tembo don men ka bale alla lamar kunna bato anal jimir kunda bato men ka bo home digital fm jamaka kumandi su radio la aning Menbe Kering television do alhawa kono kachala me alonko ninning tembo sida drong men kanale alla lamar kunda bato men kada home digital fm di aning su radio men kada men bale brikama sa kono nyinkata sibidi kabo talalul la kata ka nyinkatal natalen kamen kumandi special focus on local government commission dami alon kon ka jibero kamenna wala kata local government commission na dami alon ko wala be kan benyin temomento banko kan janto me temomento nala kilo wakan commission kada fendi mi alon ko damu tata banko kan men kada di people's commission me alon ko mfawn na kundalu me alon ko na namul kata wolto me alon ko wolle be jibe kan kaka fendi me yalon ko ka jibero ke woddin kiranin to dami yalon ko kolbe tama kanje nyamen na fulobe dum kanje nyamen abe findi kan je nyamen o kaka fendi me yalon ko jibero ka kala woto bi fanan natnan janne kana ka jibere ke kotenke modo la me yalon ko fanam alpha baldi me yalon ka be marar kan ata dinkira do la me yalon ko am kansulati membe num jang woddin kira nyunto amari nyin findira commission nyunto nyin kan ni jabir men tambita ni commission tema anin loya nyaton ko bo natla ban nim futara nyin temboto be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala man saba man sakallan ke mba tentula ning tentobe kamal man kutola mba warandla ning warandirobe danda sirwona mba danila asen dema sanyin kajanyin damu ta bismillahir rahmanir rahim sa akun fanin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin be Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala man saba man sakallan ke mba danila asen bendi newala sababo fi asen tanka fanfel ning ayatara asekanye kolya kodi kajanyin kono borom jaas
baraka bake adam ka mul kondon ko danke drone ifansum programme to memu the people's commission ti ndeka kili wala wolem the local government commission bari ko pour mul sa faham don ni ajube ning lokun tambila sibito ngamin kacha nati wolong modu jongati min nene keto non CEO ti Brikama area council dimaso min tambita nga collecte dole la revenue collector ka me ko mamma jata na wole nati bari ni min ka commission no ma ni lokugo ka botena kana fo lokugo dandula abbe modu jonga wole keta nun moti min soto commission on yinto so bidum be min natilale wolem ko ay min kenu arabo mimmu on the 14th min karo bari ko nga fanya min drom abem ni angale kan wala bari mbe nga lamoy drom anim fana nga jube bani ala sonda ni muruntanan yamaro kam ni nga soto ni muntanan suto inshallah mbe se kafu kacal minu keta jam unse wol firin ni manika kanwala nga key points jube nga kacha wala saje kon se line sol yele fanan nga mulla miro soto nga kacha nyunto bari pour ku wala suda kamantron CEO former CEO Brikama Area Council Modu Jonga lead council Patrick Gomez akera kacha te men ko aduta bake mbe nga kafunyo kandron nga lamoy nga jube ba fadera pour minu be radio sa faham ko watu do resaji aye day bramanke ko radio le fata wala programme ngine mantara tamakan baden kulo mialon ko kayti kolon watu do kaynin ka kayto dolela nay kaytol bondi iko samba commissional ya ika jube so watu ko resaji deyo katara Kering baden mulsa mudan fedron saje ko ni deyo je aliya mutaje dron inshallah programme be continuer le woto kal tentu baki kal jayi kal bismillah ko tenke programme to programme mialon ko nal bele dentala nyaadile wolem ko minka kataje bo mu prunte ite anindo pour ndingol mamarengol ani modungol min binala soma parendirol min nyanta ka keye bare fana mol sa faham ku jama mialon ko fotala na tundol to muneka sabu nga place wol be mol minu bulu be place wol tamandi ka nyaadile ilaje min se karano nyin commission do fadera amanke mol damati banko dingol dam bari hani man sakunda ibe se karano nyin tole ni to mundirol be kala ka pour ka place wol di mol la isa long ibadila musifal minula bari fana minu bina place wol matala ise faham no nyin tole ya understand ko bi nte sembo bentele bulu jang ntele marata ndele ka fo ayke ndele ka fo akana ke atakela bari bidum fo be continuer la lemba because ni commissionol jube bi mo jama ba kono mi an ko dara commissionol nyaati ngol e monitor katon kulo mi alan ko buka miranun ko anrebe ke ila balwo kono sembo bela you pull the strings dele ka design be kala ani minte kala so mfudara tembe to mi alan ko ye sindi ka fo ko tele nyinke ka fo ko malo wala ka fo ko aketam fele wala ka fo ko aliyam funye womu kulti mialon ko muma miran ko abekela wala tan ko ñun commission on kuli mialon ko mbese karanno ñin kono le mo be fanna nak mo be se karanno kono because tiara sira janne mo le ko adam mo wolti but local government commission nene ma be kasifa bekela ba fele aketa so who knows ton juma bina ko next wala na be kumara ba be na hakilotu momo be maradin place o minna ye katu damoke place o ni ayake surtout local government mi alon ko kabo il faut atama ndir nyaabe saferne kay tolle be anyende ka tama nyaamen ila simfa sirbi ende ka londe minkan so ndimbe ngam mona fan kay tol mi do ko nyi mara abembe da handilale fadel
definitely wato dol fatu ni dew do fatan Kering agreementi wala ni sedo nyininka nyininka ro lon o space o do ka soto jël bari ko fa ñam ñim karanko de commission de yalon ko munye wala da balti sudu me yalon ko wolle mu do ulati palastiol ani men yalon ko dimina palasul marla an yaaji be molle men yalon ko men ka fidi ñin ta ko molle men yalon ko e benun palasul lelto e benun dinkral le so mu kulde me yalon ka ko ma bada pour ka ko nga hakilo to baje baake on asaka wala dati na fonna do kulto len bang fonna maral nyalto fonna fon femina men kala wodo nim fota nyin tembolo do men kala ndin den
gamdo ko ya ko internet wala fandala o do say ngata sedo no walbo street no nati je sone do honding bitung alteran fe drong nalie tanyola ngambe ngalla moy ate former CEO become ere council min temboto ngatelon CEO ti Banjul City Council Modu Jonga wolem sido ti be tembo min toto ala mutam fe drom be ngata ngalla moy ko mialon ko woleketa ate nyin kachato mialon ko anding lead council Patrick Gomesia Soto yes so fadara bakata kam pour ka kol nati barbitum altaram fe dron
be karol ke kan pour kaje ko c'est be karol ke kan pour kaje ko c'est ni kuma kan nat no nyamen me alon ko wala kara ini farni jabide me alon ko wala tambita
ila mic camera
okay
camera sila camera fano fadera say nga nyimbundi isaje ko bari say ning dula finance ta break ndina jamno
sina ngana
mo nga murunda sign inshallah jula finance ni wala bitala break la sign ni ala sonda ni munda nan drong se continuer les aller
Finance Limited idin kukuto le nata kalafaro ke la service ola nyinkamala ke la kiliano ludahani wala faro wala mnyindi ko Afro Express Services ibe dawoda kabring katon fokoena ni je dawoda ni atare kodo kiyana ni jula finance lela isa dunno jere yela kodo ta bare hansa ndorong ning watalla ma fawala Guarantee Trust Bank be dawoda asalla kodo ta no jele Reliance Financial Services ani Easy Finance Limited mini yalon koy bale banko kam bare fanan dolu jula finance na kunda bale banko karo bele wala bare da natale wala sign nali aje drong Afro Express kabiri Westfield kata fokoina ali aje dawoda aldun ali alla jula finance kodota jula finance e ko fanan na lafta bank account yalla ya tarbe bitimi rewde ali feroke anni ya kacha andum fana ali la apple jindi ali download nyinka mala ese kodo kino wati diate ila moye Gambia jang bare man na da wala fara ni lafta credit kola nyen network ko min bebe Gambia wala ni lafta cash power wala kila moye Gambia nka nyimbe kagel wala jula finance ndo fana mu nyonta wallati to nya banko julolu siatale bare julolu nyaton kodo wala mun tolti jula finance limited baadiŋolu kañinne fatol bela de nko julolu siyatale bari kamil fankumandi julola wolle mu julolti ñine ya sabu jula finance limited idin kukuto le nata kalafaro ke la service ola ñin kamala ke la cliano lu dahandi wala faro wala ñindi ko afro express services be dawoda kabrin katon fokoyna ni je dawoda ni atare kodo kiyana ni jula finance lela isa dunno jere yela kodo ta bari han sayndorong ning wotalla ma fawala Trust Bank be dawoda alsalla kodo tano jele Reliance Financial Services and Easy Finance Limited mini yalo koy bale banko kan bare fanan dolu jura finance na kunda bale banko karo bere wala badi ngona a dahana tada wala sign nali aje drong Afro Express kabirin Westfield kata fokoina ali aje dawoda adun ali jura finance kodota jura finance e ko fanan na lafta bank account do yalla ya tarbe biti merewde ali fero ke anni ya kacha andum fana alida apolo jinde ali download nyinka mala ese kodo kino wati diate ila moye Gambia jang bare manna da wala fana ni lafta credit kola nyin network on bebe Gambia wala ni lafta cash power ila moye Gambia nka nyimbe kale wala jura finance fana mu nyonta wallati tonya banko juro siatale bare juro nyaatu ko wala mun tolti jira finance limited
alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Madam Chair, Commissioners, lead us as we go forth this day and may you
in the waste collections.
Yes.
I had asked about Mustafa Mane, Lamin Kani, and Lalo Kani.
Yes.
Good morning, Mr. Jonga.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
How's the morning?
Fine, thank you.
I hope you had your breakfast.
Yes, thank you.
Council, can we proceed, please?
Good morning, everyone present. We were discussing yesterday the issues regarding the waste collections.
Yes.
I had asked about Mustafa Mane, Lamin Kani, and Lalo Kani.
Yes.
Was there a contract that you have with these contractors or service providers?
No, there was no contract.
Why is that? Is there any reason?
No other reason. There was not just a contract.
Was there the need to have a contract?
Yes. We were advised to ensure that we have a contract with truck owners for the purpose of waste collection.
You were advised by?
We were advised by the recommendations from the Gambia Public Procurement Authority review. So then we started working on how do we get all the truck drivers registered under one entity.
When were you start working on what?
We start working on the recommendations to engage the truck drivers so that they can be registered as one entity, and then council can engage the entity based on the contract that we have for waste collections.
That is what was recommended?
Yes, so we started.
Do you have the recommendation that corresponds?
No, it was not finalized at the time I left.
Mr. Jonga, if you say recommendation, what we will have in mind is that there's a correspondence from GPBA.
A report, yes.
Yes, so I'm asking where is the correspondence that recommended that these service providers form a committee that you deal with?
No, forms, maybe let them register as an entity.
Do you have that recommendation?
The compliance report, yes.
Where is it?
I have it in my laptop. I should be able to provide that to the commission.
Please, for which year? Which year was that recommendation?
It should be for the compliance review, either 2020 or 2021.
Okay, we will need you to be certain, if you can. Yes. And post 2021, you still haven't acted on that recommendation if you ever received the recommendation?
No, I am saying it could either be the compliance review report for 2021 or 2022. I'm saying
whether you have acted upon that recommendation.
Yeah, we started acting on the recommendations.
What did you do?
There was engagement that we started
But what kind of engagement?
Engaging, communicating to the individuals.
Where are the communications?
I will have to confirm whether this was verbal or...
No, Mr. Jonga. See, look, you know, in your official capacity, what you have done. You should know. If you have communicated to someone officially, you should know that they were written to. This is in your official capacity. You don't occupy the office for your interest. Is that not the case?
Counsel, I did not occupy the office in my interest. This happened months ago, and then I might not be able to recall exactly what action was taken, whether it was verbal or written.
Did you write to these individuals or not?
I cannot recall that at this point, yes.
Is it fair to say you did not write to them?
No, it's not fair, because I cannot recall.
When can you recall?
I'll need to confirm this.
If you do not confirm it, it will be taken as you did not write to them. Would that be a fair conclusion?
Let me confirm first.
No, answer the question. If you cannot confirm, cannot confirm that, it will be fair to be taken as the conclusion that you did not write to them. Answer my question and then explain what you have to explain.
It will not be fair prior to confirmation.
No, that's not what I have said. And if you listen to me, you will hear what I say clearly. Do you understand that? And then you answer the questions. It is for your own interest that you listen to me and you answer the questions clearly. It goes in the records. If you cannot confirm, it will be a fair conclusion that you did not write to them. You've asked for time to confirm.
Yes,
where you cannot confirm, the reasonable conclusion is you did not write to them. Do you understand? Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree, because it is not reasonable at this point to conclude that I did not write to them. So I need to confirm if actually what was done was either verbal or written.
I understand you understand English language very well. Correct? Do you think your grammar is standard?
I cannot confirm that.
You cannot confirm whether you speak good English?
No, I cannot confirm that, sir.
You've had a first degree?
Yes.
You have a second degree?
Yes.
Mr. Jonga, do you think you speak English good?
Yes.
Good. That's what I asked before.
I do.
Yes. That's what I asked before. And so you understand the communications that we have. And I repeat, Mr. Jonga, if you answer questions, it's for your interest. It's very good. Now, come back to us with respect to the decisions you have taken. The reason why I asked that is, for instance, between the time you served as CEO, you will see that for Mustafa Mani,
yes,
you have paid him $2,554,000 by way of contract. You cannot do that without following due process. Do you agree with that?
I said...
No, it's a question first and an answer. You cannot do that without following due process. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but again, I did mention earlier on here that in some instances due process was not followed. And I talked about the issue of the assessment reports. I talked about the completion reports.
I appreciate that.
Yes, and that is the same position. Now with the current 44 vouchers that you are having, which of course includes Mustafa Mane and then Lamin Kanye and then Omar Sidibe.
Yes, go ahead.
Yesterday you communicated that there are other vouchers who do not have any PVs.
They are all?
There are other vouchers who do not have any payment vouchers.
Yes.
Yes, so at this point I will kindly request if I can have copies of the vouchers,
no, you know,
to be able to ascertain the authenticity of those vouchers, because clearly you cannot raise a voucher that do not have a PV number.
I really appreciate that.
Yes.
You know, I said we will discuss the issues of the vouchers separately, if you recall. So I appreciate you have said clearly that should not happen. So it's good that you have reminded me. We will go into the vouchers one after the other. But back to these individuals with respect to the waste collection.
Yes.
Lamin Kanye was paid between the period you were CEO, and again, you can confirm this.
What's the figure for Mustafa Mane?
For Mustafa Mane?
Yes.
$2,554,000.
554?
Yes. Please write that down.
Okay.
For Lamin Kani, 319,000. $200.
259.
Yes. So, on what grounds were all these payments? Well, to be fair, it's not a one-time payment.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yes. Were they for services there?
Yes.
Not once, not twice, for time, without following the dictates of the Procurement Act and the regulation.
Yes. Again, I would like to state that these are entrenched practices that I inherited with regards to waste collections. If the need for us to evacuate waste from a particular dump site during the period, we will get these reports. Usually these are not, we will get the alerts. Usually these are not written alerts or written information from the, let's say, environmental health and sanitation or from the responsible supervisor. Usually, you also have this dump site in communities. So the ward councilors will also raise the need for council to help to evacuate this dump site. So when that happens, then we will do the hiring during weekends, and then do the evacuation of the waste. And then the next Monday or the next Monday, usually or on Tuesday, then the individuals will put up a claim because the charges will depend on the number of trips per truckload of waste. Let's say if we are doing waste evacuation in Tanje or in Sukota, so we'll be charged based on the distance and so on, but that is between the individuals, and also the supervisors will have to confirm the number of trips that is taken. Then after, they will raise a claim, and then payment will be authorized. But of course, the claim often will also have kind of an indication that the supervisor who was monitoring the number of trips was also in the picture. When often, that is also missing. So we will not have any reports from the supervisor on site during the day. But like I said, usually I will be there in all these operations, but that is not enough justification. I'm just trying to explain the circumstances. Then payment will be effected. Usually before we effect payment, we should have a completion report, and these are all missing in that.
So in summary, you are saying procedure was not followed?
Yes.
Good. And why is it important to follow procedure?
No, it is absolutely important for the purpose of accountability, for the purpose for transparency, and then for the purpose of actually being accountable for the public funds that we're spending.
That is key.
Yes.
You have said something. You said these are entrenched practices. I don't understand what you mean by that.
It's a practice that I inherit that we,
What makes it entrenched?
Yeah, because when it comes to waste collections, we do not have the capacity, let's say, to continuously and routinely collect waste from all the growth centers, let's say, in the entire week.
True.
Yes, so usually what will happen is that while we are concentrating in, let's say, major public areas, so waste will be generated and dumped indiscriminately or sometimes in other places. So during the weekend, we'll try to strategize.
Yes.
A team will be at one growth center to do the evacuation of the waste, while another team will be there.
Yes.
So this is the only way we try to see how best do we address the situation of the waste.
We understand the constraints and probably the logic or the effort in trying to that you put in trying to make sure you solve the problem of the waste. It's just how you go about it that is the problem.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes, I do.
The idea that you play football and you want to score a goal is a reality, but if you score an offside goal, it's going to be ruled out.
Yes.
Do you see that?
Yes.
So that's the point. No one questions the effort. No one, well, let me speak for myself. I don't question the effort. I don't question the intention. We question the manner in which it's being done. And so if you say it's entrenched, it means the practice you found was so deeply rooted that it's almost impossible to deviate from that practice.
No.
That what that entrenched will mean to me
What I mean to say is that's the practice that I found
Yes.
with regards to how do we evacuate waste in such a large scale.
And that practice is not in line with the Procurement Act and
No,
regulations.
it's completely not in line.
And so you've spoken about accountability. If you look at Section 3, page 13 of the Public Procurement Act 2022, it talks about the objectives of the why you should follow the procurement rules and regulations. The objectives of this act, what it seeks to achieve. It says the objectives of this act are to provide a system for ensuring a transparent, efficient, and economic public procurement. B, accountability in public procurement, so that every dollar everyone knows where it is going. Is that not the case?
Yes, that's correct.
A fair opportunity to all prospective suppliers of goods, works, services, and consultancy services. Do you see that?
Yes.
D, the prevention of fraud, corruption, and other malpractices in public procurement. Have you seen that?
Yes.
And E, improvements in social and economic capacity in the Gambia, including the facilitating the participation of local, macro, small, and medium enterprises and individuals to participate in a competitive and economic manner as contractors and subcontractors in public procurement. So your challenges, we know, but if you go by what you do and your practice, you are prone to fraud, corruption, malpractices. Do you agree with that? No, do you agree with that? Going by your own system of operation, this is what you're prone to.
Yes, being prone to fraud and corruption doesn't necessarily translate to the fact that it is,
absolutely,
it is an
absolutely,
act.
absolutely. Mr. Jonga, you see, there's a saying that lawyers will say that justice must not only be done, it has to be seen
to be done.
To be done.
Yes.
The idea that I know I am not corrupt is not sufficient. It's not sufficient.
Yeah.
That I know I am not corrupt. Whatever people say is okay. I know I am not corrupt. It's not sufficient. Yeah. We need you to act. You, including you, myself, or every person in a public service, to act in a manner in which you can avoid situations like this.
Yeah, yes.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, yes, I do. And factually, I agree that, you know, instances like this should have been avoided. But I'm telling you.
And you agree it is prone to corruption?
Yeah, but it was not an act of corruption.
No, we are not going to accuse you of corruption. We are accusing you of malpractices that are prone to corruption. And you have denied the public the issue of accountability in public procurement by not following the rules and regulations. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I said the rules were clearly not followed.
No, I'm going one after the other. You have denied an issue of an environment for fair opportunity to all prospective suppliers of goods, works, and services.
Yes, that.
You have denied the achievement of transparent, efficient, and economic public procurement. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree with those two conclusions.
You agree with?
The two conclusions, yes.
With two conclusions?
The last two that you read.
The A says transparent, efficient, and economic public procurement. That has been denied. You agree with that one?
Yes.
B, accountability in public procurement. Correct? You flouted those rules.
I will not 100% agree that I denied accountability in public procurement.
How can you be accountable if you don't even have a contract with this people?
Yes.
Now you agree?
Yeah.
That's the point. You cannot be accountable. That's why I said all these rules were flouted because of the fact that you did not do what you're supposed to do. Now, no matter what your explanation is, again, it goes to convincing the commissioners that it was done in good faith and so on and so forth and here and there. That's not for me to decide. My job is that you did not follow the dictates of the Act and regulation.
Yeah, and I agree.
Thank you. Now, any questions regarding the waste collection? Honorable Commissioners?
No, you can proceed.
Now, on page 6, you have the payment of IFMIS allowance to non-users.
So, sorry, page 6 of what?
Sorry. Let me discuss about the IFMIS allowance. There is the payment of IFMIS allowance.
Yes.
You want to know how many people are benefiting from this IFMIS allowance?
Just give me a few seconds. Let me.
If you have a list, can you provide the commission with the list? It's easier.
Yes, I have a list for IFMIS users for Brikama. I can provide the list. If you also want, can just go through my records and see if will be able to see the list. Otherwise, I can provide the list to.
Please do that. Provide us with the list when you testify subsequently, because the finding is we have individuals that they are not even supposed to benefit. They were benefiting from that of planning development at Voucher and that of administration. Ibrahim Sawane.
I can.
Were they supposed to benefit from the IFMIS?
What happened is that these two are part of the official IFMIS list for Brikama.
They are part of the
official IFMIS users for Brikama.
Where?
Yes. So what happened is that at the time councils went live with the IFMIS.
Yes.
There was no module for the planning aspect of the IFMIS system. So Mr. Sawane was supposed to be an alternative user to the CEO in case I am not in the office, because we were clearly told that the IFMIS allowance is for those who are using the system. Example, if you have the CEO who is the final approver, if I am not in the office, or let's say I am on my annual leave for a period, then I'm not entitled to the IFMIS allowance for that month. So there's an error with having to pay Adam Abojan that IFMIS allowance, because after the payment we realize that there is no module for the planning cadre in the IFMIS system, and then the next month it was stopped.
Now, if it was a wrong payment or so,
yes,
was that recovered?
No.
Why?
Honestly, it was not recovered.
Yeah, but why?
Probably I did not realize at that point that it's a payment that I need to go. Now I realize that it is a payment that I need to go.
You stopped it because you knew it was a wrong payment.
Yes.
And of course, as an administrator, in experience for the matter, you know a wrong payment should be refunded.
Yeah. Honestly, Council, at that point, I did not term it to be wrong.
Then you shouldn't have stopped it.
No. What I mean to say is that when we were doing the training, we had the training first, and then we sent a list of our IFMIS users.
No, you stopped the payment. Why?
No, let me explain. Maybe I'm not trying to justify the fact that why I did not recover the payment. I know I should have recovered, but I'm telling you what was my thinking at that point in time. When we were doing the training, we were told that we will go live with the IFMIS, with all the modules in the IFMIS, the payroll module, the procurement module, the module on planning, the modules that is used by the internal auditors, to track payments. So, but at the time we went live, the use of the IFMIS was kind of on a pilot basis. Not all the modules were incorporated.
Now,
so after the training,
yes,
and then when we went live, we were clearly told that it is for those who are using the system. So then, at the end of the month, so we had IFMIS allowances, but then these modules were being used at that point in time.
I'm getting a bit confused, Mr. Jonga.
Yes.
You are talking about the IFMIS system, some modules not been in place.
Yes.
And again, at the same time, in the same breath, you are saying when you went live, what I can understand from your testimony is that after you have gone live, the planning module was not there. And that is why you were not aware on time to stop the payment of allowance to people that are not entitled. Is that what you...
For the planning director.
The?
For the planning director.
For the planning director.
Yes.
She
was one of the users.
No, what I want to know is that as the CEO of the institution, don't you think it should have been prudent on your side to hold on to the going live of the IFMIS system? It is a holistic system.
Yes.
If there's anything missing, based on my understanding, the system will not be functional. And people have come in here and have given evidence as to why they are not using the system. Not that the system is not correct. I stand to be corrected because you are the overall supervisor. And the IFMIS system, we can get the expert to come here and tell us what happened with the Brikama setup.
Yeah.
And we have done our findings.
Yeah.
So whatever we ask you, we know.
Yeah.
So for the system to go live, it must be fully functional. Because without it being fully functional, it cannot go live.
Okay.
Do you agree with me?
Well, that is not the case that happened when we are going. Not only Brikama, all the LGAs went live together. This is not a decision that Brikama has taken.
No, what I'm saying is that
unilaterally.
The system itself.
Yes.
What I'm saying is that the system cannot go live if it's not fully completed in terms of installation and all that. Because it's an application. It's a system application. Is that not correct?
Well, that is correct. But I think I'm not an IFMIS expert, and maybe that will be better answered by those who are running the IFMIS systems for the LGAs.
Now, okay. When you had these problems, did you write to the Minister of Finance expressing your challenges that you have with the IFMIS system?
Yes. First.
You wrote?
Yes. Let me.
No. Did you write? Answer the question. Okay. Now, if you say yes, you wrote to the Minister of Finance.
There are multiple. Absence of the planning module was not communicated to AGD, but the constraints that we have, which is kind of a common constraint for all the councils, which includes the issue of the issue in connection to the recommended connectivity issue, because each council was told to procure 10 megabytes connectivity to be able to use the IFMIS system. This was communicated to the Permanent Secretary collectively.
Do you have that is the internet service, right?
Yeah, that's the internet service.
That is different from the technical aspect, correct?
Yeah,
that is different from the technical operational aspect.
Yeah, the operational technical aspects. Each council.
Yes, I understand. I understand what you're saying. What I want to be clear about is the fact that for the technical operational aspect, you did not have an issue. What you had an issue is the fact that you have fundamental problem in the connectivity to allow for efficient operation of the system. Is that the case?
No, we also have issues with the technical and operational issues. And,
yes,
and
on the technical side, what is the problem?
The training, the capacity aspect. Because the initial training that we had, it was kind of a 3 days training, and that was kind of inadequate. But what we will do is we will request for staffs from AGD to be with our staffs in Brikama for a certain period.
Yes.
And then let's say in another approach, we will send our team.
So you have said, one, the first issue is connectivity. Two, capacity. What is the other issue?
The trainings, yes. But
that is capacity, yes?
Yes, but at this point, the connectivity issue was after resolved because what
associate the two, the technical issue, and the non-technical issue.
Yeah, the technical issues will have to deal with the absence of some of the modules. The modules
such
in the
such
IFMIS,
as?
Yeah, you have the issue of there's no module for planning.
Yes.
No module for procurement.
Procurement, yes.
Yes, and I will need to confirm if there is still a module for the internal audit.
Audit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, there is no module, no payroll module as well.
Payroll.
Yes.
Now, what you can do for us, Mr. Jonga?
Yes.
Now, get us the technical issues that you had problems with the IFMIS.
Yes.
From the time you were CEO
yes.
to the time you left.
Yes.
And you let us know. Did you write? Sorry, before I conclude on that.
For the models, no. While in Brikama, no, I did not.
So for all these modules that are absent in the IFMIS system, you did not write to the Minister of Finance.
No, because usually we write through our ministry, then ministry.
Yes, through your ministry.
Yes,
whichever way, whichever one.
Yes, because the copy that I saw is the one that we wrote on the issue of the connectivity, and that was resolved. If you can
connectivity.
Yeah, if you can allow me, I will explain that.
Okay.
Yes, because all the councils were advised to procure 10 megs from Gamtel so that we can use the dark fiber. But again, during the course of...
So I get that. So how now would we ascertain, since you did not write to the ministry responsible, to your line ministry, for onward transmission to the Ministry of Finance, maybe perhaps being responsible, I stand to be corrected, for the IFMIS system, for the implementation of the IFMIS system to the council. How would we know that the planning, the procurement, the audit, and the payroll modules that are principal for the functional operation of the IFMIS are not contained in the system?
Yeah, the IFMIS expert will be able to give you that interpretation.
No, but it is a system that was brought for you to use. And you realize that these modules were not part of it. And these modules are integral part of, you understand, your operations as a council in terms of making sure that your financial transactions are simplified, are transparent, and are accurate. Because I understand that the IFMIS system produces an automatic report at the end of transactions.
Yes.
Is that correct?
It's correct, but we are not generating reports through the IFMIS system.
You are not generating reports?
We are not.
All right.
Yes.
So please, for the connectivity issue, did you write?
Yeah, we wrote.
You wrote?
Yes, collectively.
Please provide us with the letter.
Yes, I can explain that. We wrote collectively, and then we met at the Ministry of Information and Communication, and then the conclusion was that, because then we were advised to stick to the fiber-to-fiber connectivity that is offered by Gamtel.
Yeah.
So, but then you have other councils that are using a different method for connectivity. Example, the GPON system. So eventually we are asked to to use, we are free to go and use the JIPON system, because the other observation was that JIPON was not secure, but we were told that it is secure to use, hence it is more faster, and it is also more cost effective if you compare it to the one that is offered by Gamtel. So eventually Brikama opted to use the JIPON, but we have the dark fiber.
You just said, Mr. Jonga, that if you said the JIPON is not secured. Did you say that?
Yes, I'm telling you the observation that arises from the meeting. But then the conclusion was for us to proceed and
so
use
the conclusion of the meeting was, despite the fact that it is not secured.
No. It was clearly indicated that it is secure, then we can go ahead. And that's the time we went ahead. I'm just telling you the observations that occurred during this particular meeting. I'm giving you the perspectives.
The perspectives.
Yes.
Okay. Council, you may proceed. So please let us have the letter on the issue of the connectivity.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Now, Mr. Jonga, we have the issue of unlawful honorarium to councillors. We will leave that until you testify next. We will go into the issue of contracts. There were so many contracts that were awarded the time you served as the CEO, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we want you to just shed light on one or two.
Sorry, Council. Let me just conclude on this. You have said the IFMIS was not fully functional, but based on our records, up to date, are staff being paid for the use of the IFMIS system?
Up to date before.
Up to the time you exited, were staff being paid?
No. There are times.
No. I am asking a question. Were they paid?
Because there are time, because there are time we have bad locks.
No, what I want to be clear about is that were staff that were entitled to be paid IFMIS allowance, were they being paid IFMIS allowance? Because it's in your internal audit reports.
Yes, the paper. But not for, let's say, the director of planning.
I understand. I said, but generally,
yes,
except for the director of planning.
Yes.
Was the payment continuing?
Yes, but
up to the time you left office.
No, it was not regular. It was continuing, but it was not regular.
But it was continuing.
Yes.
And they were getting, and if they have arrears, they were paid the arrears, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Yes. So, with regards to the contracts,
yes,
that were awarded at the period that you served.
Yes.
So, let's go in straight. We have the 5C Energy. We'll talk about that some other times. Saro and Sons, which we've dealt with. We have LS Construction.
Yes.
Baji Basin Construction.
Yes.
Are all these contracts fully executed? The ones that were awarded to these companies?
I can only remember awarding the contracts, not awarded. Is it
LS as well? You
no.
CEO Mamsit signed the contract.
Yes, and then which other contract?
Solai Law Chambers?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you tell us the background?
Yes. Solai Law Chambers, like I said, I will provide you with the.
We have the contracts file here. We'll give it to you.
Yeah, no, I think I saw it the other time. I also have a copy of the retainership. So what I was assigned is.
No, let me just hand you over the exhibit. Marked LGC/AB/BKAC/003. Dauda, please call the registrar.
Yes.
Yes, please tell us about the agreement with Solar Law. What procedure was followed in securing the services of Solar Law chambers?
Yes, I can confirm in October 2021, we sent letter of solicitation to legal firms in the country.
How many legal firms?
At this point, I can remember Solar Law Chambers.
No, you have the contracts filed with you.
Yes, I will be able to provide you, like I said, with the copies of the letters of
contract file is with you currently. It is admitted, you identified it as the contract file. It is with you as we speak.
I don't know.
If it is written, it should be there.
I don't think you understand what I'm trying to tell you.
What am I not understanding?
You said, how did we arrive
at
contracting Solar Law Chambers?
Yes.
And that's what I start to explain.
Okay.
I said we begin by sending a letter of solicitation to legal firms. And then you ask me.
Now let me ask you. Yes. Wait a minute. Where would that letter be?
It's with me here. I have a copy.
No, I mean, I'm asking whether the letter would be in the file. Would that letter be in the file? Should it be in the contracts file? No, first answer the question. I'm not saying whether it's there right now. Normally.
It should be in the contract file.
Exactly. Now that's why I said you have the contracts file. Yeah. Now, if we can't find it in the contracts file, then you tell me you have a copy.
That's what I'm telling you. I have a copy.
Now, let's start with the file.
Yes.
It is exhibited.
Yes.
That is the contracts file for the Brikama Area Council that we have. Do we have those letters in the contracts file?
No, it is not.
Why is that?
Well, it could be due to human error, but it should have been in the file.
It should have been in the file?
Yes, because I have a folder for our legal solicitor, and I have all the copies in soft copy, of course. Are
you the chairman of the contracts committee?
As CEO, yes.
Yes, as CEO, you are the chairman. Yes. And so all transactions should be in the contracts file, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Why would it be? Why would it not be in the file?
Like I said, it could be due to human error, because there's a secretary to the contracts committee who is the head of the procurement unit. That maintains the file. So it could be due to a human error, but it's not deliberate on our part not to include.
So you are saying you have a copy here?
Yes, I have a copy
with you
of the notice of award to Solar Law Chambers with me.
No, yes. I mean the proposals that were sent, the correspondence that were sent to 3 law firms, you said, correct?
Yes, I have asked the office to get me the copies.
Mr. Jonga, see, that is not a normal situation. That's not a normal situation. Was this discussed in a contracts committee meeting?
Yes.
Will we ask that you be given the contracts committee minutes?
Yes.
All we want to know is the procedures that were taken in arriving at the decision to appoint one law firm or law chamber for the purpose of legal consultancy.
Yeah, that's what I'm giving you.
Yes. Do you confirm that there is the minutes for the contracts committee?
Yes.
Can you identify the minutes? What is the date of the award? Did you sign the contract?
On the 28th of October, 2021.
28th October 2021?
Yes.
So, let's see the minutes.
I have not seen the minutes for October 2021 in the file. Yes. So I will need time to check with the secretary.
So the minutes are not there? Or it's
Yeah,
not there?
the minutes are not here.
You confirm that you can't, the minutes is not, the minutes of the meetings, you can't find them in that file?
Yeah, but I can confirm that we had a discussion at the level of the contracts committee. I now remember the three legal firms that we send this letter of solicitation to.
Are you saying you're going to provide the minutes, or you are saying it does not exist? Which one?
I will provide the minutes.
Now, Mr. Jonga, now if you provide the minutes, how sure would we be that you will not go and cook up those minutes?
Do you expect me to go and cook the minutes?
No, I expect everybody, not only you, Mr. Jonga.
No, I will not.
No, wait a minute. Whilst you sit there, I expect everyone to do whatsoever they can do in trying to avail themselves. It's not because it's you, Mr. Jonga. I have always repeated I have high regard for you, but this is a procedure you must follow.
Yeah, but I am telling you.
Until you bring it, we will look at it and see. But you have confirmed it is not in the file containing the minutes. Did you confirm that?
The minutes for October, yes. Because clearly the time that I have, I did not go through all the entire minutes here that I have here.
That's fair enough.
Yes.
That's fair enough. So we will give you time to go into the minutes. You can do that with the registrar as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've said that you will call the three law firms that were written to.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
Yes, sir.
And give us the names.
Sorry, 2 minutes. Beside Solano Chambers, Dandy Mayo, and I think one was HP law firm.
HP law firm.
Yes, I cannot recall the full.
Yes.
I'm trying to check that. Yeah, HP law firm, yes.
Yes, I know HP law firm.
Yes.
It used to be my law office. Go ahead.
Yes, so I think those three.
You said three.
Yeah, I said beside.
These three beside.
Yeah.
Beside the other two are Dande Mayo. When did you write to Dande Mayo?
No, the letters of solicitation was sent on the same day, on the 13th of October.
13th October.
Yes.
2001. No,
2001.
I mean, which year?
2021.
2021?
Yes.
Okay. Why am I thinking 2001? 2001, in my head, you said 2001, I am thinking the year 2001. 2021?
Yes, sir.
All the three?
Yes, on the same day, yes.
The same day?
Yeah.
Okay. I was not working for HP in 2021. Now, did you receive correspondence from these three?
Yeah, we received quotations.
From these three?
Yes.
Okay. Where are the samples of those quotations?
I will be able to provide that together with the minutes.
So what we do, we allow you time.
Yes.
During the tea break or lunch break, you go through the contracts file with the registrar and the minutes of the meetings to give you ample time, so that because we will naturally expect that the minutes or these communications should be in these files. Would that be a fair expectation?
Yes.
So we start with that.
Yes.
Because now we have these files, and you have identified these files, and we have admitted them.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So we'll suspend this until after the tea break or lunch break, whatever the case is, and we can discuss that subsequently. Is that a fair?
Yes, sir.
Thing to say? Thank you. So the same with all the subsequent contracts that are being awarded.
Which contract?
I said subsequently.
Okay.
The same with all the contracts that were awarded. Do you have time to go through the file?
But I think we can go to the next contract that you have.
No, just familiarize yourself with these two files first. Now, the two invoices that we showed you, the last time you said you were going to bring us proof or explanation or or reasons as to why the two were authenticated. Can we have the registrar to hand you over those two vouchers? They are in relation to the payments for the Dakar trip that you paid to the staff and some councillors. Do you recall that?
Yes, I do. No, they're here. They're here.
Yes. These are the two vouchers that we discussed
Yes.
earlier. I think.
Yes.
Do you now have an explanation for this?
Yes, I conducted my findings. The findings are not yet concluded, but I can share with you what I have, if that is okay.
I don't understand what you mean by that, sir.
I have conducted my findings.
Yes.
And the findings are not conclusive, but I can share the information that I have at this point.
Let us hear you, Mr. Jonker.
Yes. I have consulted the Director of Finance, and what he confirmed to me is that the 607,650 was paid on the 26th of January 2021.
Voucher number?
Voucher number 21000034.
And just for the record, and by way of reminder, we are dealing with the two vouchers that were for one payment, 10 months apart.
Yes.
For one transaction.
Yes.
Good. So the first one is PV number?
21000034.
Yes. The amount?
The amount 607,650.
Yes. And then the other one?
The other one is 630,000.
Yes.
$720.
So now, what is your explanation?
The 607,650 was paid on the 26th of January 2021 through Guarantee Trust Bank.
Okay.
The
other one?
The 630,720 is a cancelled transaction and reversed in the cash book of the Director of Finance.
Where is the cash book? The cash book we can see?
Yes. No, it's not the cash book that can be seen. I have asked him to avail me with a copy of his cash book. And then he confirmed to me that he's asked to report here, I think, on Monday.
You confirmed with the Director of... Why is your monthly reconciliation for that period? That would have explained...
Yes, yeah. I have foregone to Finance.
Yes.
I saw a copy of the bank reconciliation for that month for EcoBank.
Yes.
And then the reverse. The postings was done, but after he realized...
Payment was done?
No.
Postings was done?
Postings was done, but the moment he realized that there was a payment for the same purpose, then he reversed the transaction. So what
bank,
he took...
Bank postings?
No.
Cash?
No. That is the postings...
Yes.
When the voucher was raised.
Yes.
But he told me that a check was not raised for this particular transaction, and therefore money was not withdrawn for the payment of this particular transaction.
How do we know that?
Yes, and that is why I said the information that I received is not conclusive.
Now you are CEO. Yeah. The Director of Finance is giving you that story. What do you make out of it?
I asked for a copy.
No, let's go by the story first. Yeah. What do you make out of it? What do you think is a fair assessment going by you, your capacity as a CEO? Your Director of Finance tells you that the payment you have authorized, which everyone signed, now lawful payment can be effected. Some years down the line, which year was this?
2021.
Yeah, some years down the line, when 2024, he now tells you, well, that payment of is it 600,000 plus?
Yeah, 630. Yeah.
Yes, 600,000 plus was really not affected. 3 years.
Yeah, Council, in accounting reversal do happen.
No, I am not saying
Yes.
there is no reversal.
Yes.
I am not saying there was payment or there is no payment. Going by the voucher, there is payment. Now there's a process for, just wait a minute. There's a process for reversal. We'll get to that. But I'm just asking you as a professional, as a CEO, is it normal? It will take you 3 years to know that there's $600,000 is payment you authorized was not affected.
It did not take him 3 years to reverse the transaction.
No, it
Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Council, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning. Welcome back again for our daily proceedings of this Commission of Enquiry into local government councils and related matters. Without further ado, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our
walla baade ngola a daha natale walla sain nali aje dron Afro Express kabirin Westfield kata fo koyna ali aje dawota aldung ali alla jula finance kodota jula finance e ko fanan na baadiŋolu kanjinde fo
it is not normal.
Why is it
Because
normal?
if there's a reversal, there should be that communication.
Yes.
To me, has to what lead to the reversal. What
Yes.
What I can state here is,
Yes.
is that it is not it is a case of duplication of vouchers, but not a case of double payment.
No. We are treating it. I am treating it as a case of double payment.
Yeah, but
unless you prove otherwise.
Yes, but as a witness, I'm also telling you it's not a case of double payment.
Prove it.
Yes, that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm trying.
Go to page 32.
Of what?
Page 32 of the financial manual. Mr. Jonga, you prove it. We accept. We don't want to hold you responsible for something that you did not do or the debt of finance. We don't want to do that.
Of course, proving it. That's what I'm trying to do here, because I told you in the beginning.
The proving it is not by way of oral evidence, not by way of mouth.
No, but I told you.
Documentation.
But I told you the finding is not concluded. I think I said that in the beginning. Yes.
Now you would have waited until it is concluded. You come and give us evidence.
No, but I asked.
Go to page 32. To page 32.
No. Well, I asked if I can proceed. You asked me to proceed.
Okay, I did. Now
Yes.
go to page 32.
Thank you.
It will tell you what the law says regarding certain type of actions.
I wouldn't have proceeded if you don't ask me to go ahead.
Okay. Now we have moved past that stage. Now go to page 32.
32. Okay.
Are you there, sir?
Few seconds, please. Yes.
Now page 32 is a continuation of what you will find in page 31 regarding procedure for payment and expenditure.
Yes.
So if you look at page 29 of the financial manual, financial and accounting manual
Yes.
for local government authorities,
Yes.
you will see on section 503, page 29, you will see procedure for payments and expenditure,
Yes.
where it says the following procedures are to be followed for the various payments and expenditure listed in Annex 2. Now it tells you preparation of payment of personal emoluments, payment of salary and wages, the procedure.
Yes.
It goes on
Yes.
and on to page 32. It tells you undrawn salaries and wages. For instance, you see the point. This is a sample. It tells you that it may happen that an employee who is receiving a salary by cash is away from the council at a time of payment of salaries and wages. You will see that.
Yes.
Now, if the absence is for more than 1 week, the unpaid salaries and wages will be paid back to the council's bank account.
Yes.
A receipt should be drawn for the net amount returned to the council's bank account, with original attached to the payment voucher for salaries and receipt number quoted against the employee's name under the signature column. Now, the receipt drawn is used to debit the cash book and carry the salaries and wages account. Now, on the return of the employee to the council, a payment voucher for the next net salary amounting to will be prepared and processed in the usual way. Do you see that?
Yes.
You have councils monthly thing. You have other payments on page 33. Can you see that?
Yes.
So paragraph A of 2 says if the absence is for more than 1 week, that's in the case wherein payment could not be effected, the unpaid salaries and wages will be paid back to the council's bank accounts. Do you see that?
Yes.
It even tells you where payment could not be effected in the case of wages and salaries for certain instances.
Yes.
I'm not sure whether you are understanding what I'm trying to say.
I understand. I am listening.
That the idea
Yes.
is that the monies must be paid back.
This is not in the circumstances that you're trying to read from the manual.
Yes.
These are different instances. The
Now-
cases are completely different, Council.
No, wait a minute.
Yes.
Read paragraph A.
It may happen that an employee who is
Yes.
receiving salary by cash
Yes,
is away from council at the time of payment of salary and wages.
yes,
If the absence is for more than 1 week,
yes,
the unpaid salaries and wages will be paid back to the council's bank's account.
Yes. Go ahead.
A receipt should be drawn for the net amount returned to council's bank's account.
Yes.
With original attached to the payment voucher for salaries and receipt number quoted against the employee's name under the signature column.
Yes.
I proceed?
No, I'm interested in A. Because the financial manual tells you that if you authorize a voucher, you must mark it paid. We read that the last time. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Now, where you could not make payment, what do you do?
I want to say this is different from what you're drawing my attention to.
Okay.
With this payment voucher, 630,720, the information from the Director of Finance is that a check was not even drawn for this payment and therefore money was not cashed.
All right. Now,
so with the one that you're drawing my attention to,
yes,
this only happens if payments is received at hand, let's say with the paying out cashier, and then an employee failed to come and receive his or her salary,
payment.
It is obligatory for the paying out cashier to return that amount into the bank and attach the receipts on the payment voucher.
Okay, fine. Now,
yes,
just go by that voucher for 630.
This one?
Yes, the 630, the voucher you have.
The section and this one, they are not comparable.
No, that's fine. Let's go by the voucher. You said payment is not effected.
Yes, that's the information that I
check is not drawn.
A check is not drawn, yes.
That's fine. Let's go by the voucher itself, what it says. What did the voucher say? That was the payment in cash or through check?
He said check.
Is the check number identified?
No.
But it says check.
Yes, he says check.
So what do you go by?
The information that I received from the Director of Finance is that the check was not even raised.
Now,
and the cash was not withdrawn.
Now.
Yes. So the one.
Now wait a minute.
Can I say this?
No, just allow me. That the Director of Finance tells you that.
Yes.
Now, do you take his evidence orally without documentation?
No. That's why I said in the beginning, my findings are not conclusive.
That's why I said as well.
And I have asked.
That's why I said without documentation, we take it, or I take it, that payment was effected, check was drawn.
That is fair enough.
But
also, I think you should also understand my position.
Yes.
That the information that I received, that check was not even drawn.
So how do we verify this?
First, the 607, he said payment was effected.
Yes.
So I don't know. Huh?
How do we verify the second payment? Now the commission. How do we verify the commission, this payment?
Yes, I'll provide, because I have asked him.
No, tell us, how do you think, as a professional, how do you think we should verify this?
Through documentary evidence, and that's why I have asked him. This explanation is not adequate.
Now I want you to guide the commission. As the CEO, you have been told, surprisingly, or were you not surprised? Because you see two vouchers.
Yeah, I saw two vouchers.
And your Director of Finance tells you after 3 years that I did not make payment.
Yeah,
and you said that was not a normal circumstance.
Yes, and I said I should have had this information before today.
Which means you were surprised. Now, right? Because you had it after 3 years, and you should have had it before.
Yes.
Why tell me this? That would have been in your head.
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yes.
Now you are here before the commissioners. Now you should aid the commissioners to tell them what documentation, as a CEO, you will want to rely on to ascertain whether payment was done or not.
The bank reconciliation.
That's number one.
And the cash books of the Director of Finance.
And number two.
Yes.
And bank reconciliation and cash book.
Yes. So the payment of the 607, that is already confirmed in the bank statements.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we need to wait for you for these two.
Yes.
To confirm the reversal.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Yes, sir.
I think that's. Any questions regarding
that? Mr. Jonga, when you say reversal, I want to understand what you mean when you said the Director of Finance told you that there is a reversal.
Yeah, there's a reversal, kind of a cancellation of this transaction. He said he realized that.
No, I mean, at what point does he do the reversal?
Before even drawing the checks, the postings was done. Then he did the cancellation, the reversal. So, but the check was not drawn, and it was not cashed. So for me to confirm that, like I told Council earlier on.
But I'm having difficulty in understanding this, because this is already done and dusted transaction. Why do you have to give him extra time to check that? Because if it is a reversal, he should have directed you direct to the statement, to the reconciliation, or to the statement to indicate that this is how far it was gone, and this is the evidence. This is where you will find the evidence.
Yes, if it is a done and dusted transaction, you would have seen these particular transactions in the statements of the accounts of council, precisely EcoBank, just like the one we have seen.
But you recall that it's not only EcoBank that you are doing transactions.
Yes, but you know the voucher. That's an indication.
No, you don't really rely on that, because the vouchers will say by check, and we realize that cash is being transacted. Is that not the situation?
With this one?
Not this one. So many of the vouchers.
Well,
when they were put across to the Director of Finance, you will see check on the voucher. And when he is asked whether that transaction was paid via check, he would say no, it was paid via cash.
Okay.
So going by that, it doesn't convince us.
Yeah. No, I clearly understand your position, and that's why I said these two would greatly help, because in the absence of a documentary evidence.
So by Friday, we will conclude on this.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Chair, Friday.
Sorry, Friday we don't sit. Monday, please.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Jonga.
Yes, sir.
You said the second voucher was not paid.
Yes, sir.
But was reversed.
Yes, sir.
How do you reverse? What process do you take to reverse a voucher that has gone through the system? Everybody has signed, and you are reversing it. How do you reverse it?
You reverse it in your bank reconciliation for the month.
Don't you think it should reflect on the original voucher that was raised?
On the original voucher?
That was raised and had all the necessary endorsements.
No, the original voucher with this other payment were not raised on the same date. I don't understand how.
I'm just asking for a process. I'm not saying it was done on the same day. Yeah. I'm asking for a process. You have a voucher that has gone through the mill. Everybody signs, the accounts clerk, the internal auditor, the officer in charge, and the Director of Finance.
Yes.
Everybody has signed.
Yes.
Now, it is for the issuance of the check, let's say, or getting the cash out to the paying out cashier. You've done all that process except the last one. Now, if you detect that there was an error, or you are withdrawing that voucher, how do you go about doing that?
Commissioner, he did not get to that, according to the information that I received. A check was not drawn yes.
He said a check was not drawn.
Yes, was not drawn.
He said withdrawn.
Yes,
this voucher was withdrawn.
No, it was cancelled. The moment he realized that a payment has actually happened.
Yes.
On the 26th of January 2021 for the payment of the Dakar trip.
Yes.
Then he cancelled and reversed this transaction. So I have seen it in the.
But what I'm saying, once he decided to cancel,
yes,
There must be a process as to how he goes about cancelling. It's not just by taking the voucher and putting it in his drawer.
No,
a voucher has already been raised. 4 other people have already signed endorsing the payment.
Well, the voucher was not in his drawer. I think.
No. I'm just saying there must be a process in cancelling so that if an auditor comes in or you as CEO want to find out what happened, you will say, no, the process was cancelled.
I agree, sir.
That cancellation has to have a process.
Yes, I agree, and that's the process.
And that process should end up with the original voucher showing that this voucher was cancelled as at this date, signed and put away.
I agree.
But this has never been done based on what we have.
Yeah, I've seen your point.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So there is no process in Brikama Area Council as to how to cancel or to reverse a voucher that has been duly authorized.
There is a process, and like I appealed, I asked for a moment to consult, to confirm this with the Director of Finance.
Please. So you'll give us what the process is all.
Yes, because I clearly asked for documentary evidence to ascertain what he told me.
Okay, thanks.
Okay,
we are
sir.
waiting your investigation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Jonga, let me just assist you. And probably the financial manual will assist you better than if you go back to finding any evidence. Probably you'll have this in mind. I'm told to page 504. Of the financial manual.
Yes, few seconds. 504.
Yes.
What page? What page?
Sorry. Page 35, section 504 of the financial and accounting manual.
Yes.
It says control of expenditure.
Yes, sir.
Right. You know, we have already discussed the different type of payments and so on and so forth.
Yes.
It says the Director of Finance is directly responsible for the control of expenditure. He is personally responsible for the control of all votes and liable for any unauthorized expenditure. You see that?
Yes, sir.
It says the expenditure of the council shall be within the approved estimate. He has to ensure it is within the approved estimates.
Yes, sir.
So that when you authorized, it is sent to him. He has to check with the books of accounts.
Yes, sir.
That all payments must follow due process, as stated in this chapter. C, for all expenditure, appropriate payment voucher must be completed by the finance staff. The payment voucher or vouchers must be accompanied by the appropriate supporting documents, such as purchase order, original invoice, bill, debt note, timesheets, good receipt note, receipt, vouchers, payroll, etc. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Now, for instance, even before you approve as CEO any payment voucher, you are in a position to know whether that particular payment is valid or not,
yes,
based on the supporting documents, correct?
Yes.
So to start with, before you authorize the voucher, you authorize the voucher, right?
Yes, I do.
So before you authorize the voucher, you were in a position to know that this trip going to Dakar for this purpose has already been authorized some 10 months ago.
Yeah.
And therefore is an invalid voucher. You were in a position to know that.
Yes, but I'm only human, so sometimes.
No. Let's first agree.
Yeah. I am in a position to know.
You were in a position to know.
Yes, but sometimes there are errors, so you could have few lapses.
At least you confirmed you were in a position to know.
Yes.
And the list goes on. It says, you turn to page 36. He or she shall examine the payment voucher and the supporting documents and ensure they have been properly analyzed and certified by relevant officers, including internal auditor. So all of you failed here. They are passed to the CEO for payment.
Yeah.
The ultimate accounting officer.
Yes.
At the time.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. I think.
Go ahead, sir.
No. You can go ahead, please.
He goes on to say, please. tells you that the payment voucher must be properly authorized by the CEO or other responsible officer delegated by him to do so. The CEO must make sure that the payment voucher is correctly made out with all supporting documents. 2, properly classified. 3, that the goods and services have been received or the services properly provided or rendered. You see that?
Yes,
It went further. F, that the senior accounts clerk should maintain an expenditure control system in which will be recorded statement in which it will be recorded the actual payment against each item for expenditure in the annual budget. A separate sheet should be opened for each expenditure head and subhead. At the top of the form, the amount budgeted should be entered in the space provided, and any additions and transfers approved by the CEO from time to time recorded to give the anticipated balance on expenditure for the year. Do you see that?
Yes.
It goes on. G, when vouchers are raised and payments effected, it says after payment has been effected, that is when you have already checked that this voucher is a valid one. You've already done all the due process, due diligence. That all payment vouchers and their subordinate documents shall be stamped paid.
That is
if payment is made by check, the check number shall be written on the payment voucher before filing. Now we know we don't have any voucher that is classified or stamped as paid. Is a fact?
Yes,
it's a fact.
Yes, it's a fact. You know, stamping the vouchers, classifying them as paid is at another level. That is after when the CEO is done with the authorization.
No, listen. I'm talking about vouchers and the procedures they follow from its birth to the last stage.
Yes.
Whether it is before or after, that's not the issue here. The issue here is when vouchers are paid, it must be stamped paid. And the person that has all that's why you have to do the reconciliation subsequently.
No, what I'm trying to say is, those are the procedures.
Yes.
But you see, the procedures happens at different stages.
You don't do any of these procedures. You don't follow them.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. But beside, let's say, beside
you do not follow any of these. That is.
I did not say we follow. I admitted that all the procedures were enough. But what I'm telling you, the issue of stamping the payments after authorization is at a different. It's another level.
What do you mean another level?
The accounts clerks does that.
Yes.
After this, yes. Yes. So that's why I'm trying to say, I cannot police every single transaction.
I know where you're trying to get at.
Yes.
When it is stamped paid.
Yes.
Now, the law provides for who should be in custody of all these documents, all these vouchers.
Yes.
Yes. It's the finance director and you.
Yes.
The custodian of the documents must come back to you for safekeeping. It says that. And you know that.
Yes.
Exactly. That is why when auditors come, you hand it over to them. When it's for bank reconciliation, it is available.
Yes.
Every I will be dotted, every T will be crossed. Yes. Whether it's in the beginning or at the end, there are mechanisms to know when payment is done or not.
That's correct.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, I do.
That is what I'm trying to discuss here. H, the Director of Finance is responsible for the safe custody of paid vouchers, you see? And we have read already that he is responsible to you for all of this. All of it is responsible. He's answerable to you and responsible in making sure all these things are being reported to you. We read that?
Yes.
Good. Says the DF is responsible for the safe custody of paid vouchers and shall maintain a voucher movement register to trace voucher location.
Yes.
The duration of which the paid vouchers are to be kept shall be in line with the general requirement of government financial regulation. I think it's 5 years or so, or thereabout.
Yeah, I think around.
Correct?
5 or 6, yeah.
Or thereabout. Yeah. Now, limitations on authority to spend funds approved in the budget shall be lapsed on the 31st, and so on and so forth. Now, the CEO shall not vary the normal course of payment. You see, it even says the CEO shall not vary the normal course of payment to avoid causing an excess on any item or expenditure or to avoid lapse of funds, and in particular shall not make payment in advance for goods or services to be delivered in subsequent financial year, place funds on deposit with. So you see, it's clear.
Yeah, but this particular payment is not a payment in advance.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying everything is clear. Everything is,
no, it's clear. I perfectly understand. Yes, I perfectly understand the manual. I perfectly understand the sections.
That's it.
Yes.
So when you admit none of the procedures are followed, that's why I said we will still wait for you to come back with respect to these two, the cash book you have said, and the bank reconciliation addressing these issues. But we know from the word go that you don't follow procedure.
That's a fair conclusion.
Yes.
Yes. Until I get the information that I.
So we will wait for you,
yes.
Mr. John. I will wait for you. And we have the other vouchers that were admitted. Can I have the ones that were admitted for? Now I have a voucher here. It says date 23rd of October 2020. Voucher number 2021/3069. The description is payment of rain suits, rain boots, and plastic gloves. The amount $167,500. Do you see that?
Yes.
Was there a claim?
On the
Yes.
on the voucher there is no
There's a
claim
claim.
is attached. No,
There's no claim.
the claim is not attached. No, but there's the confirmation of the need for the user department. But again, that portion was not signed.
We need to speak clearly.
There is
Loud.
the user department has there's a detail for the user department in the
Form?
in the GPPA form.
Which form is that? 100 or what?
101.
Come again?
101.
101. But then is that form 101
So,
duly authorized?
sorry, in the purchase order rather. In the purchase order, the signatures are not complete.
So the inadequate signatures.
Yes.
Who signed that one?
It is
Who signed it?
it is signed for the CEO in form 101. And
Who
then
signed? You signed.
the purchase order or the payment voucher? Which one are you
The
referring?
purchase order.
The purchase order.
We now deal with the supporting documents. Who signed?
Yeah,
The
it's only this-
101.
What? 101.
Yes, you have said form
Yeah.
101, correct? That is the user.
Yeah, I said the purchase order is signed by the CEO.
Okay, that's you.
Yes, and also form 101.
So the finance director did not sign it.
Yes, and also the head of the user department.
Finance director did not sign.
Yes,
The user department did not sign.
did not sign. Yes,
Who else signed? Procurement, did they sign the procurement document?
procurement. No, in the purchase order you don't have a signature for procurement. They only raise the vouchers and then give you the descriptions of the. Let's say they will indicate the name of the user department, and then the other details, the item descriptions, the quantity, maybe the estimated cost.
So the one you have, you are supposed to sign it. The user department, the
Yeah.
finance director,
Yes,
but only you signed it.
yes.
Why is that?
It could be a case of procedural errors, but
No, Mr. Jonga, you know
let me say, in the voucher here, in the payment voucher here, the accounts clerk signed.
No, we'll come to the voucher.
Yeah,
Why are you jumping? We are talking about the supporting documents.
No,
let's exhaust that one after the other. It makes the work tidy.
Yeah, I'm not jumping because you gave me the document, so I think
that's why I guide you to what I want you to answer.
Yes. So
you don't ask questions or answer or assume I want to discuss the voucher when we're discussing the supporting document. So let me guide you, and then you answer the questions.
Yes.
So the Form 101, you're the only one that signed as CEO, and so it is not duly authorized, correct?
Yes, it was signed for the CEO. Yes.
Yes, you signed it. Signed for the CEO means the CEO signing it.
Yes.
And so it is not duly authorized.
Yes.
I need to hear. Why are you saying your yes so low? We need to hear your evidence, your answers clearly, and we move on.
I have been speaking loudly, Council.
Yes. So now I'm asking.
Yes.
You are the only one that authorized the Form 101.
Because it is only for me to authorize Form 101.
Now, Mr., you're making my job difficult.
No,
wait a minute.
Maybe it's the questions that you're asking and
wait a minute.
And what I have here.
Just wait a minute.
Yes.
How many columns do you have in that Form 101?
It is
for signatures?
For authorization,
yes.
Is one. That is for the CEO.
Let me have that form. You have a column for the user department.
Yes, sir.
It's not signed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what I asked. So the columns you have is for you.
Is in the
columns
order.
You have is for you and the user department in this Form 101, 001. Correct?
On top you have the purchase order.
Come again?
The purchase order. You're talking about the purchase order.
You have a column for the user department.
Yes, in the purchase order, yes.
Yeah, but the user department did not sign it, no?
Yes, I said that, yes.
Yes. So you have two columns. One for you and the user department.
There are three columns.
And the other one is?
The Director of Finance. That's what's in the middle.
Thank you for aiding me. Now, three columns, only one is signed.
Yes.
Which means only you have three people to authorize. That's authorization. It makes it complete.
Yeah, because the user department will only sign to confirm, let's say, need.
Yes, so three, out of three, only one person. That's you.
Yes, but before this is raised, you look at the
now let me ask you one simple question. Is that voucher, is that form duly authorized?
No, it's not duly authorized.
Okay.
If you could allow me to say this.
Okay.
You have the invoice, which was the basis for raising the purchase order.
Yes.
I signed the invoice on the 18th of June 2020.
Yes.
This is a request. It follows a contract committee meeting for the procurement of PPEs for the staffs of the environmental health and sanitation.
Right.
That I can remember.
Right.
Yes.
Now, that form is not duly authorized.
Yes. Good. The procedures are not complete.
Good.
Yes.
What other supporting documents are attached to the voucher?
We have the invoiced. Only the invoiced.
Only the invoice.
Yes.
Now, what are the supporting documents that should have accompanied that voucher for you to be advised as to whether to approve or not?
The minutes of the contracts committee.
Good.
The requests from the user department should have been provided.
Provided.
Yes.
So you knew all this. Why did you approve the payment?
Why didn't I?
Approve. Why did you sign the voucher? Did you sign the voucher?
Yeah, I've signed the voucher, yes.
Who signed the voucher? You yourself as CEO and?
And the Director of Finance, yes.
And Director of Finance, just two of you?
Yes, and then verified by internal audit and the accounts.
Account clerk?
Yes.
Just the three of you, four of you?
Yes, sir.
Now, that's incomplete because we don't know whether in fact payment was done or not. Do we know? Is there a receipt?
A receipt is not attached here, but there should be a receipt and there should be a minute for this particular.
So there is no receipt?
No, there is no receipt attached.
And
but I remember.
And the column for the recipient is not signed?
No, it is not.
The paying out cashier didn't sign as well?
No, it is not signed.
And so if the paying out cashier did not sign, who would have effected payment?
Maybe with these transactions, they could raise although you have the pay mode here indicating cash, and then this amount cannot be cashed. So maybe it is a check. So usually when a check is raised, the paying cashier will either deposit the check into the accounts of the supplier, or he will give the check to procurement to go and do the payment, and then go along with the voucher, so that the supplier will have to sign.
So either or, the paying out cashier will have to sign? Either or?
Yes.
That's what he is designated for?
Yeah. Yes.
And so if that is absent, who would have been making payment?
For this particular
we see
voucher.
that very common, that the column for the paying cashier sometimes, most cases we see is absent. Who would have been effecting payment?
Yes, like I said.
Is it that the Director of Finance sometimes will make payment?
No, I cannot recall Director of Finance making.
But we don't know who is now effecting these payments.
Yes, but I could tell with regards to this payment, or let's say the procurement of fuel. So usually
we receive evidence, substantial evidence, from both the accounts clerks in the monies that they withdraw. They will tell us upon withdrawal of these monies from the accounts that in fact what they will tell you is only checks will be given to them, signed by the CEO Jonga, and Finance Director Jeng. They will tell us, they will tell the Commission that there are no supporting documents. No, I'm just telling you the evidence. Just hear me out, so you know what you have against you. It's very important for you. You understand? And you can also roll back the tapes and you listen to their testimony. That in most instances, or in some instances, you will only have a check issued out in the name of Mr. Sedikan, for example. $1 million or $500,000, go and withdraw the amount. They will go and withdraw the amount and come and give the Director of Finance the amount, the full amount. And then if they have to be given part of the funds to go and make payment, they will do that. But the rest will be with the Director of Finance. That's why I asked you the question, because the Director of Finance will be having money in his account, in his office. That's why I asked, because if you have this column that is empty, then there has to be an explanation as to who else is authorized to be effecting payment apart from the paying out cashier. Do you understand what I'm trying to ask?
Yes,
do you think it's a very genuine question?
Yeah, it is.
Now, please give us answers.
Yes, I think I stated that earlier on. The transactions that happen, the withdrawals, vouchers are raised for these withdrawals. I cited examples. So, I was given an opportunity to look for these vouchers. And I will do that with the Director of Finance and justify these withdrawals. But again, like I said, in some of these other payments, let's say, example, if a check is raised for a particular payment, so the accounts clerk will either take the check and deposit it to the accounts of the supplier, or he will hand over the checks, let's say, example, to procurement, who will go ultimately with the voucher. But in most instances, they don't go with the voucher, so they will go with the deposit slip or the check, and then they'll come with the receipt. Usually,
sorry, Mr. Jonga, I am confused. I cannot see the answer correlating with the question that has been asked. So I am not getting the evidence. Counsel, can you please guide us properly? Because I don't see the correlation of what he is saying with the question that has been asked.
I 100% agree. Now, Mr.
You see, the thing is, Mr. Jonga,
yes,
you make life very easy for everybody. It's not possible for you to police everything, but it's possible to be honest and direct in your answers.
But
No, listen to me. We are all human beings. We understand where we make mistakes. We honestly accept that we've made mistakes. But what you are explaining, you yourself, you know that it's not in correlation with what he asked. So it will confuse us to understand your evidence. And it is not your intention for us not to understand your evidence and not to follow you. Is that what you want? For us not to follow your evidence? If that is what you want, we will listen. And where we cannot understand your evidence, we will just not take what you are saying. If that is what you opt for, it is okay with us. But you try to answer the questions as per the questions asked. Did you get that?
Yes, I think, Madam Chair, I think I've been
yes,
very,
but
very direct.
I have never intervened to tell you this. It's because what you are saying is not answering the question that has been asked. So if I am confused as to understanding your answer, it is to your benefit. I should understand what you are saying in response to his question.
Yes.
All he has to do here is to ask questions.
And
it is for us to understand you who is giving the response.
I understand. I thought
can you please proceed?
I thought in my answer I've been very clear and direct.
Now,
so what I was saying is that.
Can you please ask the question again so that I can understand what the answer is?
What I was asking, Mr. Jonga, is we know that, and we know this through the evidence received from the accounts clerks.
Yes.
whose names checks were drawn.
Yes.
And huge withdrawals were made.
Yes.
And they had said, in most instances,
yes,
that they will only receive checks in their names.
Yes.
Signed by the Director of Finance and the CEO.
Yes.
And it is in the millions of dollars.
Yes.
And they say clearly that they don't have supporting documents for most of these.
Yes.
Now, they went further to say that in most cases, they will just come with this money and give it to the Director of Finance.
Yes.
Who will now authorize them to make payment, if there is any, from that money, part of it.
Yes.
Or be in custody of the entire money that they have withdrawn.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand that.
And that is why, when they were given the opportunity to go and bring out vouchers, they came back and said they could not see any voucher in relation to any of this because of the circumstances that they were operating.
Yes.
Do you see? That is the evidence against you and that of finance.
Yes.
That's why I said, I asked the question, if we now have vouchers with the absence of the paying out cashier signing,
yes,
who else is effecting payment? Because then you and the finance will have to explain who else is effecting payment.
Yes, I think you asked that question, and then you asked if the Director of Finance is effecting payments. And I said the Director of Finance should not effect payments. And then I went to the other point and said, I heard about the testimonies of the accounts clerks of the withdrawals. And then this is not the first time this issue is raised. And I said, for the payment of salaries, vouchers are raised before checks are drawn in their names. And I asked for a time to go through the vouchers and provide justifications for these withdrawals. I think I remember making that statement.
Let's move. Is that voucher duly authorized? Is it properly raised?
No, it is not properly raised.
Do you take responsibility? Of course, we'll ask the same question to the Director of Finance as well.
Responsibility of what?
Authorizing payment unlawfully.
Again, Councillor, I think I said this.
The answer is yes or no, and then you say what you want to say.
Okay, no.
Why?
The procedures are not completed.
Okay.
But payment was effected, and then these items were procured and handed over to the user department.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Do you have discretion in the procedures?
No.
No.
Yes.
Which means you were to strictly follow the law?
Which means?
You were to strictly follow the law?
Yes.
Because you don't have discretion?
Yes, I don't.
And where you do not, who is responsible?
Responsible for the procedures not being adequate, that I can accept, but not for the payment that you want to regard as an unlawful payment.
It's an unlawful payment when you don't follow procedure.
No, I did not understand it that way, if you can hear me out. One, you have to have a budgetary line to be able to make an expenditure.
The payment can only be lawful if you follow procedure.
Now, allow me to, because I'm also, of course, believe me or not, I'm also learning from the discussions that we are having. Yeah. Now, if you have an approved estimate, your procurement plan is drawn from the approved estimates.
Yes.
This particular procurement transactions you are having is in line with your procurement plan.
Yes.
It's true, I have the invoiced, and I admitted the minutes should have been there. The minutes are not there.
Yes.
The user department should have signed.
Yes.
He did not sign, but I signed the invoice that was obtained.
Yes.
From the supplier, because with this particular supplier, we requested for quotations.
Yes.
This matter was dealt with at the levels of the contracts committee.
Yes.
So if the rest of the procedures are not complete, and which I take full responsibility for,
yes,
I am thinking it's not reasonable for the CEO to admit a case of unlawful payment for a payment that is effected, and then the items are procured and delivered.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
We don't have that. We don't have the evidence to even know where the items are procured and delivered.
Yes, I can.
We don't have any, and that's the point. You see, this is the point. When you flout the rules, you opened up a situation where no one can know anything about the finances of council. Yeah. And you told the commission you have absolute control of the finances of council. Yes. I asked you the question several times. Yes. You said you. Yes. The Jonga.
That's the fact. That's an honest answer.
No, I accept that. Yeah. That's why I said, if you decide to flout the rules, and you flouted the rules, we can't account for anything. The law says on 202 that you, the CEO, as the accounting officer of council, he is personally responsible for the due performance of the financial duties, observation by employees of council of all financial and accounting proper disbursement of such money from the purchase of goods or acquisition of service for the day-to-day administration of the council, ensuring that adequate steps are taken for proper control of financial transactions, general management, supervision, and production of the accounts of council. So you see? Do you see this?
Yeah, yes.
So that's why I said, I use the same words that I use in you are personally responsible. Do you accept?
I don't accept.
Even when you flout the rules?
For the procedures, I accept.
It doesn't matter. That's fine.
Yeah, but for the payments,
that's fine.
Regarding the payment has unlawful, I do not accept.
No, that's fine.
Yes.
You see, where you can prove payment, can you prove receipt of these goods?
Yes.
Bring all the proofs you have, okay. Mr. Jonga.
Thank you.
Bring all the proofs you have. As we speak, we don't have the proofs, correct?
That's correct.
That's another voucher. We move on. We have a payment for fuel supply as per attached, $50,000. This one is signed. It's not even signed by the CEO, but just have a look. What is the first voucher? Date?
The date is on the 22nd of October.
Voucher number?
PV 201212842.
What is the description of the payment?
Being payment for fuel supply as per attached.
Amount?
$54,054.30 buttons.
Is that voucher properly raised?
It is yes, the procurement vouchers are properly raised, yes.
They are properly raised?
Yes.
Sijonga,
Yes.
can you look at the voucher again?
I mean the procurement vouchers, the procurement vouchers.
No, it's the voucher itself with all the supporting documents that are to be there
Yeah,
to accompany the voucher.
Yeah, the voucher itself is not properly raised.
It's not properly raised.
It's not complete, yes.
It's not complete. Why do you utter it? Why was it? Why was this payment? And you did not sign it, in fact. Did you sign the voucher?
I did not sign the voucher, but I signed the supporting documents.
Yes, but the voucher is not signed.
Yes.
Why?
Yes, I said this, I think was it on the first day I appeared here. It could be an instant where I might not be in the office on this particular day. So you'll have such instances, although it's very, very not correct.
And even the supporting documents, they are not adequate. Are they?
Well, you have the list for the amount of fuel supplied.
Yes.
You have a signature by the user department. You have a signature for the Director of Finance and myself, and then you have the invoice and the receipt.
Okay.
Yes.
What is missing?
The signature by the paying out cashier is not.
And the other one you have?
The second one?
Yes.
Yes, so the second one is PV number 2021-3130.
Did the accounts clerk sign?
Yes.
Internal auditor?
Yes, sir.
CEO?
No.
Director of Finance?
Yes.
The recipient?
No.
Paying out cashier?
No.
That voucher, what are the supporting documents that you have?
You only have the claim for payment.
Only claim for payment?
Yeah, there should have been an assessment, there should have been a report, like I said.
Inadequate?
Yes.
Incomplete?
Yes.
You know, I asked before, was anyone else effecting payment? And I gave you circumstances that evidence given against the Director of Finance. So now, he signed this voucher, authorized payment, when you yourself did not sign.
Yes, my signature
have been effected?
My signature is not on the board.
Yeah, it's not there. It's not there.
Yes.
So, should payment have been effected?
I'll ask that I be provided with copies of this payment vouchers.
No, should payment have been effected if you did not authorize payment?
No, but again, you don't see a signature of the recipient is absent. The signature of the paying out cashier is also absent.
When you do not sign as CEO, should payment be effected?
No.
Good. That's my question, Mr. Jonga. Yeah. That voucher is not proper, correct?
Yes.
We have another one here. Come. Yes. The first voucher you have,
Yes.
are the supporting documents adequate? What is the date?
The date on the 13th of October 2022.
The PV number?
The PV number is 2021-2791.
The description?
Being payment for fuel supplied has per attach.
Amount?
65,374.10 bullets.
Is that voucher duly authorized? Is it properly raised?
No, it is not.
It's not.
Yes, sir.
Who should bear the responsibility?
For the improper raising of the vouchers?
Yes, that's the subject matter.
Yes, the CEO.
When we say the CEO, again, we don't exclude the Director of Finance, especially for that one. I think there are some that you didn't even sign. So it means the Director of Finance had caused the payment to be effected when you haven't even signed.
With this
not the case.
With this voucher that I have, I signed.
I'm just saying some vouchers you did not sign it.
Yes. But with this one that I have, I signed.
That one you have signed it.
Yes.
So go to the next one.
The date is Monday, October 12, 2020.
The PV number?
The PV number is 2021
Go ahead.
2793.
2021?
2793.
Yes. And the description?
The description is being payment for gearbox and actual horsepower attached.
How much?
$90,000.
Now, did you authorize that payment?
Yes.
Did the finance director sign that voucher?
No.
Did the accounts clerk prepare the voucher and sign?
Yes.
The recipient?
The recipient, there's a date in the recipient's column, and then
did he sign?
Indicating the receipt attached. No, there is no signature, but a receipt is attached.
There's a receipt?
Yes, sir.
So now, in the absence of the Director of Finance, is that payment of voucher properly raised?
No, he should have signed before.
So it is not properly raised?
Yes, sir.
What are the supporting documents you have?
I have the invoice.
The invoice?
The 3 invoices, yes.
Only the invoice?
Only the invoice, yes.
No claim?
No claim, and there's no signature for the user department also. Confirmation of the user department.
So why did you authorize the payment?
I only authorized payment, I think, based on only the receipt which I signed. Other than that, it is not a proper authorization.
It's not proper?
Yes.
And you take responsibility?
Yes, of the procedures, yes.
Mr. Jonga, if you take responsibility of the procedures, you take responsibility of the error. However you couch it,
I don't think so.
It's responsibility, it's responsibility. Now, move to the next one. Yes?
Yes, date on the 15th of October 2020.
Yes.
The amount?
PV number?
PV number 2021.
Yes.
2806.
Description?
Being payment for Samsung Mobile A51.
Who were you buying mobile for?
Let me check. There's no request that was raised.
No request was made?
Yes, so I could not tell at this point.
How much was paid for the mobile phone?
In the invoice is 19,500.
And no request was made?
Yes.
Who is the recipient of that payment?
There's no signature. What is indicated is that receipt.
We don't know who the recipient is.
receipt attached here. What we have is the delivery note.
Yes. Now, who signed the delivery note?
Alaji Jeng.
Director of Finance?
Yes, sir.
Did he sign the voucher itself?
Yes.
Did you sign the voucher?
No.
See, so Mr. Jeng was making payment in his capacity as Director of Finance. Is that an evidence that he was making payment?
Yes, I did not sign. I did not sign it.
No, I know. Is that does that serve as an evidence that Mr. Jeng was making payment in his capacity as Director of Finance?
It's a possibility. Yes.
No, we don't deal with possibilities. Here, we are looking at the evidence that you are analyzing. As CEO, when you look at that document, at that voucher, your Director of Finance, and you see you yourself did not authorize payment, what comes to your mind?
No, because in the I don't want to preempt because in the
preemption,
yeah,
Mr. Jonga.
Yes,
no,
and that,
don't hear me out. Don't please interrupt me. I don't ask you to preempt.
And I don't want to.
You don't have to.
Yes.
But we will find out what happened.
Yes.
And so I am asking you, that particular voucher, the Director of Finance signed that voucher. He even signed the delivery note.
Yes.
But you yourself did not even sign this voucher, or did you sign any of the supporting documents?
I signed the invoice.
So you are aware of this payment?
Yes.
Yes. You didn't sign the voucher, but you are aware of this payment?
Yes, I signed the invoice. Yes.
Now, that payment is also unlawful because it did not follow any procedure.
Yes, because there is no request.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
and that's why when you ask who...
You were not supposed to commit $15,000 to that payment because that payment was not genuine. The law says you must confirm that all supporting documents are present before confirmation.
Yes, I use it is for official use.
Yes.
Yes. So but in the absence of the
those circumstances you said yourself.
Mbadi unu nim futata nyin tembodo dron ntolle Modou Jonga moy wonyama melonko a telemu pharmacy woti Birkama area council ni ala sonda dron nyaata do manding be murana jang na sudo kacala membe Kering ni ala sonda nyimbe na no tuwa kawna be nyin kacala andum ba kono fandla ning na maniga kan kacata melon ko mina kala jang nyaata do manding woto nim futata nyin tembodo dron ngal tendu ngal jay bake alla lamoro kunyim mala anin wato bela alla taramfe nyaw wato bela men ye lamoro ke ani men mina lamoro ni jibiro la men ye safaro ke men ya kata pour ka taramfe ngal tendu ngal jey baral kana nyina fanan ko maral kawna be nyim banko la mobe koko kala banko kan se kato beke ngade maral kawna woto ala baraka fo watido
baadiŋolu kañinde fo waatolu bee la de nko juloolu siyatale bari ka minnu fankumandi juloo la wolu lemu juloolu ti ñine ye saabu jula finance limited iniŋ kukuto le naata ka lafaaroo ke la saabisoo la ñiŋ kamma la ke la kiliyaanolu dahandi wo lafaaroo wo lom ñinti ko afro express services be daawoda kabiriŋ kaatoŋ fo koy na niŋ ye je daawoda niŋ ye a tara i kodoo kiyana niŋ jula finance le la i se dunnoo jeere i ye la kodoo taa bari hani sayin doroŋ niŋ wotal la maafaŋo la guarantee trust bank be daawoda alsa la kodoo taanoo jeele reliance financial services aniŋ easy finance limited mine ye a loŋ koye baale banko kaŋ bari fanaŋ tolu jula finance na kunda baale banko karoo bee le walla baadiŋo la daha naata le walla sayin naali ye a je doroŋ afro express kabiriŋ westfield ka taa fo koyna ali ye a je daawoda ali duŋ ali ye alla jula finance kodoo taa jula finance e ko fana na lafta bank account de yalla ya taral be bitimi rewde ali fero ke anni e kacha andum fana ali la apple jinde ali e download nyin kamala e se kodo kino wati diate ila moye gambia jang bare manna da wala fana ni lafta credit kola nyin network on min bebe gambia wala ni lafta cash power le kila moye gambia nka nyimbe kalele wala jula finance ntol fana mu nyonta on leti tonya banko julolu siatale bare julolu nyaton kolu walla mun tolti jila finance limited
Menbe Kering
in ka fo wala nyama
badi nyinde atemu kodi ma bade te mi yaron ko Home Digital FM 99.9 ani Menbe Kering TV walle nyin sabalena atol min yaron ko alkasafaro le ke fir fegol le bal budo alafta kabin kankula ning alnata Home Digital FM jamu kankular bundal te dami yaron ko ning e kankula dunia bele kalong e ka fengo mi wafi ani kama minna ando manna da wala atul min yalon ko project ko bale bulu gabia banko kanim banko e bantara na lafta mole nyim project ko kalamuta janne modulati alsina kachano dami nka advertisement or kaliyele dami yalon ko nse voice kali nga bi mix ngana murung nga eali bara manna da wala ni lafta talk show la dami yalon ko business ole be bulu wala project ole be bulu isina sino radio to janne wala itarasiri na online tv ine mole den kachala pour nyin kamala ese ku jama lonje ntelu dum mobundale timi yaron ko ka fahamuro yuro wande kanda malu ke kilimote wala munna lo kankumote wala ya sabu ibe dawoda ni atara safaro le be bulu do lafta mole kala mutande kana ker nan tarabri kama nema bana laftan command la drongal se fero ke alien commande plus 220 779 4475 wala plus 220-734-3125. Hanside ning altulbe diaspora alsenna WhatsApp command nole plus 44767616759 wala Menbe Kering nka fo wala nyama andum fanan nka ke wala nyama.